Okay, for this assessment, we are using Key Math 3, focusing on geometry, Concept Cluster 1, exploring spatial relationships using positional terms. By this time, students have already demonstrated the ability to follow verbal instructions, identify basic shapes and colors, recite the alphabet, as well as recognize and identify common objects. Our focus is Lesson 1, Activity 1, which is using on and off. Lesson 2, Activity 3, using above and below. Concluded by Lesson 3, Activity 3, which is pictorially representing beside, between, and in front, behind. So basically the concepts that students will be reviewing are the terms on and off, inside and outside, and applying a variety of real life situations, as well as applying the meaning of the terms up and down, under, above, and below. Nonetheless, using beside, between, and in front of and behind. So by this time, I'm going to place my hands on top of my head. So where's my hand?
On top of your head.
My hand is on top of my head. Is my hand still on my head?
No.
Where is it?
Not on your head.
Okay, so my hand is off my head. So I want you to place your hands on and off of your head. And let me know which one will be on and which will be off.
On.
Okay.
Off.
Okay. Good job. So we're going to play a brief game of Simon Says. So Simon Says, touch your nose. Take your hand off of your nose. Simon Says, touch your mouth. Take your hands off of your mouth. Simon Says, touch your forehead. Okay. Now touch your knees. I didn't say Simon Says. Okay. But that was a good display of following directions. So you did a pretty good job. And basically, can you show me? So we're going to use the pictures in the upper left corner. Can you show me? So for our next activity, we're going to go ahead and use the pictures in this corner. And I want for you to point to me which student is on the bike and which is off the bike. And let me know when you point which is which.
This one is on the bike. And this one is off the bike.
Okay, and how do you know that this student is off the bike?
Because this one is sitting on the seat.
Okay, good job. So next we're going to move on to our next activity, which is using over and under. Okay, so I'm going to raise my hands above my head, and I would like for you to do the same. So my hands are above my head. Where are your hands?
Above my head.
Above your head. Okay. So now I want you to follow me. So my hands are under my legs. Where are your hands?
Under my legs.
Under your legs. Good job. And how did you know that your hands were under your legs and not above your legs?
Because my legs, I could see them, and then I gotta look through to see my hand.
Okay, so because you see your legs are placed on top. So that was a good job. And next we're going to do a quick activity with the book. So the ceiling is above us. The floor is below us. So now I'm going to place the book here. So can you tell me where the book is in comparison to my head? Is the book on top of my head or below my head?
On top.
On top. So how did you know that the book was on top of my head?
Because it's on top.
On top. Good job. And there's no way for me to place the book up below my head unless it's under my chin. So now that you see the book is on top of my head, how else can we describe the position of a book? What's another word that means the same as above?
Top.
Top. Good job. So now we're going to look at the boy with the balloon. Right here. So what is below the balloon in this picture?
The boy.
The boy. And can you tell me one more thing?
The fire hydrant.
The fire hydrant. Good job. And can you tell me two things that are above the balloon?
The sun and the bird.
And the bird. Good job. So now we're going to move on to our next activity, our final activity, which is pictorially representing beside, between, and in front and behind. So I want you to focus your attention on the upper left-hand corner. So this picture shows a group of students eating lunch. Their names are Leah, Rachel, Janice, Juan, Travis, and Anna. In the picture, who is beside Leah?
Rachel.
Rachel. Good job. And who is between Juan and Anna?
Travis.
Travis. Good job. And how did you know that?
Because in the picture, Travis is in the middle and Ann is on the side and Juan's on the other side.
Okay. So now we're going to look at the shapes in our upper right-hand corner. So here are 3 pairs of shapes where one is in front, one is behind. So I want you to now look at the blue square and the red circle. Which shape is in front?
The red circle.
And how can you tell?
Because the red circle is covering the square.
Good job. So you see the red circle is in front of the blue square and the blue square is behind the red circle. Okay? Good job. And that concludes this assessment.